The annoying thing about using the same PS2 controller to play on an actual PS2 and also pirated NASCAR games on your computer is that you end up trying to plug a USB into the controller port of a PlayStation 2. And actually, I've just noticed there is USB slots in the front of the PS2, so I don't know if you actually could use that, or if that's just for the internet. I don't know. Uh-oh. Cutscene. Oops. Options. Alright. Anyway, we're going underground. And we're going to races. And we've got two races left to do on this sort of segment of the game. So we're going to skip over what Clutch has to say and get them smashed out of the way, because I want to rip off Rhino GT4 some more. You see, because instead of going based on time, which is inaccurate because I might have to run down to the phone and edit bits out and like the intro video and that sort of thing, I reckon instead of doing that, I should just do the races that pop up in as the segments go. Oops, over rev. I actually don't know how to shift up. Restart. We'll go again. Right, no restart. Options this time. Controller. Back. Does anyone have any idea what the buttons might be? Well, none of those. Going again. This is probably going to be a little bit painful to watch. Oops, short shift. It's not X. Square, circle, triangle. None of the directional arrows. Ah, okay. It's the buttons that would eventually become triggers on the PlayStation 3, and not edgy, you're an FJW triggers. I'm talking about like for the accelerating and the shooting in pretty much every game except Metal Gear Solid 2, which sucks because the control scheme is just that bad. Alright, back to the review that I want. And we're going to finish second because I got a short shift. Unless somehow I can catch up to this guy in the Golf before the end. And it looks possible. No, okay, never mind. Let's try again. Oops. Don't worry, this time I know what I'm doing. I'm going to draft him and steal his speed. And then slingshot past like this, but except I'm not going to let him steal my draft unless he wants to also change lanes, which will make him lose time. And that's how I'm going to win this one. Just like that. EZPZ. Didn't even have to struggle with the controls at the beginning. I am the winner and also the chicken dinner. You're welcome. And I got devil points. Whatever. Devil points score, and I've unlocked a Mitsubishi. It doesn't look like it's an Evo. It said ES on it. I want to know what that means. I probably won't have enough money for one either, but we'll go and have a look. Customize ride. Trade in.
Sometimes your ride can't cut it. Trade it in and get back to racing.
Yeah, no, it's not an evolution. Oh dear. Is this what Australians drive? When they say they drive Evos, do you think this is what they actually drive? Because that's what I think. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be trading in my Rally Spec 206 just yet. In fact, I want to make it look a bit more rally car. We're going to go yellow. We're going to make it look like the one from Rally Sport Challenge. We're going to go yellow on the paint. What kind of decals can we get? Not decals, vinyls. Top layer. Side. Nothing yet. Alright, that's fine. We will eventually get to the point where I look like I'm driving around in a rally car. Probably with that. I don't know. Before I get into any real customization, I'm going to have a look at pictures of real rally cars. But, you know, looking at pictures of real rally cars isn't very difficult. What is difficult is mustering up the work ethic. I don't know what I want to say there, but figuring out how to get started on making another thumbnail. Another one. Not gonna bother putting numbers on these thumbnails. Just gonna change the car every episode so you know which episode is which. Lancer's getting mad that it's not an Evo, an evolution. It's just a regular Lancer. Is that the first traffic car I've seen during a race? It could well be. Well, you know, excluding the tutorial race where I crashed into literally everything else. Oh, and the Golf spun himself out by hitting some stairs. Terrible killers, stairs are. Actually, they actually are, because you can fall down the stair and then, if you're old, you can fall down the stair and break your hip and need a hip replacement and you end up with a plastic hip and it's like, oh, my hip's playing up again. I think I used up all my commentary on the Rally Sport Challenge episode that I just recorded. It'll be coming out on Monday. That's me advertising for my own series. Rally Sport Challenge Episode 2, Ice Racing Open. Look out for that on a Monday. Video won't even be 10 minutes long, so you can all have a whale of a time going out watching that episode. If you want to... Christ almighty. Watch me get eliminated because of that. Didn't even activate a crash animation or anything, it just stopped me dead. Come on, back up to speed, let's go. Now I have to try and catch up with a fake Lancer, which... Actually, that sounds pretty easy. Pretty easy. Pretty easy. Not hard. The opposite of hard. Apparently I can't say easy. So I'm going to say not hard. Oh no. It's the other 206, not the Lancer. Ooh. The Lancer's been knocked out. I wasn't really paying attention to who was driving the Lancer, to be honest, though, so that makes it okay. No, not another tree. Bounced off it that time. We got lucky. Doing some pathetic jumps, which apparently deserve, well, the first one deserved a cinematic camera for some reason. Either way, that's a race win. Which brings us up to an 11-minute episode by my count, but I did have to run off. No, wait, no, that was in the last video I recorded. I didn't pay attention. I wasn't paying attention to what I just unlocked then. I know I unlocked the track that I just raced on, but I didn't. Not sure what the other thing was. Thinking about ending this episode here, actually, to be honest. But I'll see how many races there are coming up, and then I'll make a decision based on, is a tournament. Yeah, let's do the tournament.
Yo, have you heard of Eddie? This guy doesn't play. You need to see TJ if you want to even think about competing at that level.
Alright, well, apparently I'm going to be crushed. So, let's go do it. I like being crushed. I'm a huge fan of... I like the anime pictures people draw of giant anime girls stepping on little people. That's I like looking at that. I like being crushed, you know. Oh boy, yeah, we're driving against some manly men. In their Mazda MX-5s. Ooh. Careful. That much testosterone might turn me into a sexual Tyrannosaurus. That was a very subtle, very well played Predator reference there. The car doesn't even have any performance upgrades and it's easy peasily winning. So what does that tell you about these nerds? I mean, really. Although, what do you expect from a bunch of MX-5s, am I right? The only acceptable MX-5 is the one with the pop-up headlights. And that's only because it has pop-up headlights. And on the basis that none of the MX-5s behind me have pop-up headlights, are they really MX-5s at all? That's my question of the day. And with that, I am fresh out of commentary, which is not an unusual occurrence, but it is an occurrence nonetheless. So apparently one of the MX-5s had a problem with the landing of a low speed, very low jump. Although, the MX-5 does not have rally pedigree like the 206, so maybe we shouldn't get too hung up on that, especially when I'm doing that, which got scored as a power slide, so maybe it's not as embarrassing as initially I expected it to be. Now I've got that song from the opening of Too Fast Too Furious stuck in my head, and in the last episode I referred to Too Fast Too Furious as a game, it's a film. It is the third worst Fast and Furious film. There is a definitive ranking of the quality of the Fast and the Furious movies, and Tokyo Drift is the best one. And then it's the first one. Then it's Too Fast, Too Furious. Then there's a big gap. And then just sort of everything else. And that is the way it works. And you literally can't prove me wrong because I'm right. And when someone's right, they're not wrong. Just let that sink in for a moment. See if you can decipher that. And then then whenever you get in an argument, you know if you've won or lost based on who's right and who's wrong. That's a oops. That's a nice little tip from me to you. Also, I'd much rather hit an oncoming car than a tree, according to this game. Because the tree just stops you dead, but you bounce off a car and carry on going. I had an idea for a Let's Play of Need for Speed The Run, which I won't get to for ages and ages, but might as well put my idea out there. It's just playing the game and then stringing it all together and editing out the loading screens and then titling it Need for Speed The Run Movie. Like those videos you see where people just upload the cutscene from a game, except in mine it's also actual gameplay that strings it together as well. I think that'd be neat. Wouldn't even have to do any commentary because it's, you know, there's no, unless it's like a Kenyan movie like Who Killed Captain Alex, then there's no one talking over a movie usually. Well, apart from when there's narration, but I mean like in Who Killed Captain Alex, the whole thing is talked over, and I only know that because of the I Hate Everything video. The trying to watch of that should be up pretty soon when I'm recording this. It'll probably definitely be up by the time this video gets around to being uploaded. It's the second place in round 2 of the tournament because I hit a tree. I was just complaining about what happens when you hit trees, and what happens? I hit a tree. But Probes didn't have any points, didn't get any points in the first round, so I should be able to get away with it. Anyway, last race, and then we'll wrap up. Because I need to do me art. Don't want to do me art, but I do need to do me art, so just have to suck it up and do that. Get in the zone. Get to the zone. No, get in the zone. It is get in the zone. Sorry, it's a little bit low resolution. I'm playing on a screen that gives me the direct output of the PS2. You're watching on a much higher quality. The video of this is actually higher quality than what I'm seeing as I'm playing it. So left foot braking apparently doesn't work. Can't brake and accelerate at the same time in a front wheel drive car in this game. It's not simulated. Well, I also don't think there's any trees on this track. So I should be able to get away with that. Welcome to Nature Watch. The only show where we play Need for Speed Underground and make sure that no trees come to any harm. Ah, missed a shortcut. Gonna come up past the Weeaboo section of the city there. It's trying to look like Japan with all the neon lights and everything. That was the entire joke of calling it the Weeaboo bit, but glad that I didn't have to embarrass myself by explaining a joke there, because it's just finished, all done. And I win. Which means I win some upgrades. That I can put onto the Rally Spec Peugeot. Oh, I'm choking. I haven't I haven't eaten anything for hours. What was that? Christ. Well then. Over 10 grand. Look at that. Anyway, what will be next? A time trial. Oh, TJ's time trial. Yeah, we'll do that. Do that next week. Whatever. That was this second episode of Need for Speed Underground. Moving on to a new way of recording it. So, yeah, that's that.